What do you say we head outside and smash these rocks? I'm not sure if I believe the weatherman. We must be in the eye of the hurricane or something, because it was raining yesterday. There's not a cloud in the sky. Well, there's a little bit over there. And it's supposed to be pouring tomorrow. Actually, it's supposed to rain the next 3 days. So your guess is as good as mine, but we'll take it. Okay, well, what we're going to do, the smaller pieces, we can just drop those in. Now, we don't want to put too much in here, but what I like to do is just put it in there, chip it away. Or these larger pieces, what I like to do is we'll put them in a cardboard box and hit them with a bigger hammer and break them up that way. Okay, that's enough to start with. Don't want to put too much in there because it makes it harder. Take it around a little bit. And we've taken our rock and turned it back into gravel. Now we'll just keep going until we get this all crushed up. The old timers, when they originally mined that hydraulic pit, they left huge chunks of this sitting there. They knew there was gold in it, but the problem was it was so much work to get the gold out, it wasn't economical for them. We do this for fun, not for a living. So we can take a nice day in the backyard and bust up gravel. Now, what I like to do is I run everything through once, get it down, you know, like this, and then I will screen this, and you know, a lot of this is back to just regular rocks, but I'll screen it and then run it through one more time, then we'll pan it out. The larger pieces, I'm going to throw them in a cardboard box like this when we need to break it in half. Throw it in a cardboard box and just smack it. That way, if your chips go flying, you don't lose them. Okay. And we got to break this one up a bit. And yes, I should be wearing safety glasses. We got everything down to a manageable size now, so we'll continue on. Well, we have that stuff pretty much busted up. Now, some of the really large rocks that were in that big chunk of conglomerate, we're not worried about breaking the rock up itself, because we're not sampling an ore where you want to crush it down to powder. All we're trying to do is get this back into river gravel. So we're going to go ahead and sift it out with the larger screen first. Okay, this is the material that didn't go through the screen. Now what we want to do is look through this, and pieces like this that are just a piece of rock, we're not concerned with. Pieces like this that are still a small piece of conglomerate, this is what we want to continue to crush up. Let me show you here. You can see on this piece right here, we still have a chunk of river gravel where it's all worn. Here's another rock. And then this is part of the larger rock that's broke. So you still have these two rocks in this gravel. This is what we want to make sure gets completely crushed up and separated. Okay, I'm going to pick through this, get out what doesn't need to be reworked, and then rework it. Well, now we have everything down to these two sizes. Now this pretty much looks just like broken rocks to me. But we're still going to pan this because we don't know what was in that gravel. I seriously doubt it, but there could be a nugget that big, and if you just throw it away and it's covered up by a little bit of dirt, you just lost a nice nugget. So what we'll do is real quickly we'll pan this out, and then if there's any pieces that look suspicious, we'll throw them back in here and crush them before we pan that out. Okay, I'm going to get all the panning stuff set up. Okay, the one thing you want to remember to do anytime you're panning in a tub, add a little bit of soap. Break that surface tension. Doesn't take a lot. Actually, you don't want to use too much because you'll end up with soapy water. But it doesn't take much to break up that surface tension. Okay, let's check our pan here. And I want to make sure we get that washed clean so we can see what we're doing. All we're worried about is make sure we're not passing up anything really good. And if we got a chunk in there that's still got a hunk of gold in it, theoretically it'll be at the bottom. And we got nothing. Okay. Now we're going to switch over to our pan of good stuff. Now I want to make sure we get this all wet. Thoroughly wet before we start anything. Now working in a tub with this dirt like this won't be long before we don't have any, we'll be able to see what we're doing. I'm going to turn this a little bit. Okay, I gotta get some sunlight on what I'm panning. Well, we got quite a bit of black sand. Let me get these. Now these few rocks that are in here, we want to make sure they're rocks. I think I'm going to crush these up a little bit more. I want to make sure that we don't have a piece of gold in there. Okay, see if we're getting gold in here. Oh yes, we have some gold. We have 4 pieces of gold and a couple of smaller flakes. Let me show you. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to go put some clean water in here so you can actually see it. Now, I'll zoom in a little bit, but we have 4 larger pieces here. And I think these are our 4 targets. Then we got some smaller stuff, but I don't know if the camera's showing it. But there's some really, really fine stuff in here. And then there's, looks like 5 mid-sized pieces. And then, I wouldn't say a bunch, but there is some really fine stuff in there. Well, this is a real pleasant surprise because now I know for the last, I don't know, 25, 30 years, I haven't been lying to my customers. There was gold in those rocks. And another really good thing about finding this gold today is even though I brought this home 25 years ago, I found it today. And it's after the first of the year, so this puts me way ahead of Jeff. Now, he may try to get me on a technicality, but I found it today, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, well, I'm going to finish cleaning this up, and then we'll go inside and weigh it up. Well, I got that gold all cleaned up and dried out. Now, I did sift it, put everything through a 50 mesh to get rid of all that fine black sand. And I did have, I don't know, a couple dozen pieces of gold go through the 50 mesh. And I'm not going to mess with trying to clean that out because I don't think it's going to be enough weight to matter. So I just threw it in the black sand pile to be cleaned later on. So let's throw it on the scale and see how we did. Okay, let's see how we did. 1.62 grams. Yeah, well, that was a kind of a really fun experiment. Now the problem is, I'm kind of wanting to get back up there. I definitely see a video in the future. I'd like to take my Goldmaster 3. Now, I originally took the VSAT up there, like I say, years ago. Now, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between the Goldmaster 3 and the VSAT, other than the Goldmaster 3 is just easier to run. But I don't know about my pulse. There's enough mass there that I think the pulse will work pretty good up there. So I think when the snow melts, because there's probably 4 feet of snow up there right now, I think we're going to take the Goldmaster 3 and the pulse up there and just work a section and see how we do. Okay, well, right now, if you enjoyed the video and you're not a subscriber, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit the little bell. That way you'll get notification when I put a video up. Well, today's project's been one of those I've been putting off for quite a while. I got to get the garage cleaned. So I got to get to work on that. So I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully my kids won't come over to visit because I'll get in trouble if I don't have my safety glasses on.